guys, welcome to the channel. Oh, it's the 1st of November, guys, and as you can see, you know, I've already put my wreath in place, and there's that little one waiting to go on my mirror in the hallway, but I still haven't rehung the mirror after painting in the hallway. So yeah, it's lovely to see you guys. Welcome to the channel. My name is Claire, this is Polly Put the Petal On, and today I've got a lovely Christmas inspired haul for you from B&M's Sue Ryder charity shop, Matalan and Poundland. And if you will just bear with me as well, because I'm feeling a little bit ropey. I've got I'm on antibiotics, and yeah, they're sending me a little bit strange. So yeah, so let's get on with this without further ado. It is really lovely to see you guys, it always is, and I always enjoy being at this table and having a chit chat with you. So yeah, I hope you had a really nice weekend and a nice Halloween night if you celebrated it. It was absolutely so sweet to see the little kiddies, you know, knocking on the door and in their little costumes and stuff. There was some amazing costumes. They all look really, really good. And it was absolutely, it really was, it was a lot of fun, and it was just lovely, you know. And then the heavens opened, and so, you know, some of them were knocking on a little while later, and they were like drowned rats. One little girl, you know, she was there, but she'd got a little brolly with her, and she was going, next house. Bless her. Yeah, there were some brilliant costumes. Yeah, I really enjoyed it because we haven't celebrated Halloween since my kids were little, and so it was really, really nice, and I think we will do it again next year too. You know, it's just the delight of opening the door and seeing the happiness on their little faces, bless them. So let's get on with this haul, and yeah. Oh, and thank you as well for joining in with my my reverse Q&A. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you more, and you know, albeit, you know, at Christmas time. I think we should definitely do another one in future, or even maybe another one or two, because you know, it was brilliant, wasn't it? And it was just lovely to get to know you all just that little bit better at Christmas time. So thank you for joining in with that. So yeah, so let's get on now. I've got one thing from the charity shop, and I've got one thing, but there's three of them from Matalan. I don't even know whether I mentioned Matalan. So I picked up this. Now it came in this box, it was £2.60. There is some berries and the glass tea light holder things, but I don't think they're all there. I think so. I've got those, and it's this. So I'll show you what it is, and it's that Sparkle and Shimmer, it's called, handcrafted tea light holder, and its original price was £14.99, but I don't think even brand new I wouldn't have paid £14.99 for that. So it's this almost Hogarth shape, you know, like an S shape of tea lights, and it's really quite low. My thinking of this is spraying it gold and having this within a table design on my dining table, either the dining table or back here or over there on my merchant's chest. But when I show you something else in a minute, it may just go with on this dining table. So yeah, so I picked up this, and it was £2.60. And like I say, there's a few berries in there. I think I will use the berries because they're not that bad. Yeah, so £2.60 from the charity shop. You will find, guys, that if you go into the charity shop, you know, they are quite seasonal, and you will see that they do sell Christmas things that people have donated and stuff. So, you know, you don't have to go and buy new things. You literally can walk into a charity shop and you know, get yourself some Christmas bits and pieces. So that's what I picked up at £2.60. I went into Matalan and I saw these and I couldn't resist. They were £3 each. They are 12 inches in length, from the top of this to the tip, and they're these beautiful icicles. They're like of filigree with the holes in. They're glittered and they're white, and they are perfect. Aren't they just absolutely gorgeous? I'm so happy with them. So I picked up 3 of those. I'm not going mad, guys, for Christmas. I'm really not. I'm just buying a couple of bits and pieces along the way to go with what I already have. So yeah, so I picked up those. I picked up 3 of those, and they were £3. I'm going to move on to B&M's now. I picked up these aqua markers. There is 50 in a pack, and they're for my daughter for a Christmas present, because she does a, you know, she is cabin crew, and she does, like today, she's already refreshing her, you know, her knowledge on planes and flights and her job, basically, and it's to make sure that she's up to date with everything that she needs to be up to date with, so she does a lot of revising, and so I'm assuming that, because she requested that I got her these, and I'm assuming that she's got them for those types of times where she needs them, you know, for a revision and stuff. So yeah, so I got those. Those were £20, but they are aqua markers. Now they're by Deco Time, so I'm not sure whether that's a good make, but they are aqua markers, and they're double-ended. They've got 2 tips. They've got a fine tip, and they've also got a brush tip, and they've got loads of colours there, as you can see. They're absolutely fabulous, those, aren't they? And they come in that case. There, so £20 they were, which I thought was quite expensive, but it's perhaps because of what they are. So yeah, so that was those, and I picked up for myself just a couple of face masks, because when I went into my stash the other day, I was going to have a pamper session. I never got round to having the pamper session. 3 nights on the run now, that is. I managed to pull out 2, because I wanted a pal to do the pamper night with me. So I pulled out 2. Managed to pull out 2 stacks of face, hands, and feet, and then I had no face left. You know, no face masks left. So I thought, well, I need to stock up. So I picked up these 2. I've got pomegranate infused sheet mask, nourishing and brightening, and contains pomegranate to detoxify the skin. So I picked up that one, and I picked up the vitamin C infused, and that's to nourish and rejuvenate the skin, and they were just £1 each. So yeah, so now I'm just going to go on to, before I show you the other things that I picked up from B&M's, I am going to be doing a collaboration with Nikki from Bits, Bobs and Bubbles, and it is in aid. What we're going to be doing is, I'm going to be making a wreath, Nikki's going to be making a garland. We're going to see if they match, you know, to make a set, and so that's just a little bit of fun for me and Nikki, really. But at the end of this, I'm going to be posting my wreath off down to Nikki, and she's going to be raffling the wreath off. And it's all in aid of brain cancer and brain cancer awareness. But it's a particular centre. Nikki sadly lost her cousin recently to brain cancer, and some of those centres that helped her cousin, you know, while she was battling this disease, her cousin requested that they didn't buy flowers for the funeral, that they actually donated to these centres. And so Nikki asked me, she said, you know, would it be all right if, you know, we do this collaboration and we raffle it off at the end of it? And I said, absolutely, absolutely. You know, cancer, not just brain cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, bone cancer, all the cancers, bowel cancer, it affects all of us at some point in our lives, whether it's directly or indirectly, you know. And so I was more than happy to come on board with this with Nikki. And yeah, it's all for a really good cause. So I hope you'll follow this little thing with us both, and that you'll join in and support the cause, you know, whether it's buying a raffle ticket or even just watching the videos that we put out. And it is just to raise awareness and to support those centres, and try and obviously Nikki wants to raise some money for that centre. I think Nikki is going to donate her garland to the centre, but she's going to raffle off my wreath, which is absolutely fabulous and perfectly fine with me. So for that wreath, I'm not going to use all of these. I'm going to use some of these in mine. So I picked up these baubles, these 40 luxury baubles, and they were £6, but they've got different finishes on them, these baubles have. So you've got glitter, you've got shiny, you've got muted, you've got almost like a brushed steel, you've got frosted. Absolutely lovely, these for £6, and you get 40 baubles. I also picked up a smaller pack of 20 baubles, and in this one you've got the muted, you've got the glittered, you've got the brushed steel effect, and you've got the shiny silver. I also picked up some, just to break that silver up, I picked up some snowflakes. They're really nice, these snowflakes. There's 4 in a pack. They were £2.50. 4 in a pack, £2.50. And they have iridescent glitter on. I'm not sure whether the camera's picking that up. And then they've got this diamante in the centre, and they're double-sided. So that's lovely, isn't it? I mean, you're not going to see them. I mean, if you were putting them on the tree, you would see them double-sided. But in my wreath, you perhaps won't, just depending on what angle I put them in at. And I picked up these butterflies because I thought that these might be a really nice touch. They were £3.50 for 4. I think they're acrylic. They've got diamante bodies. They've got glitter on the end of their wings, and they're just really lovely, and a nice size too. So £3.50 for those 4. So those are the types of things that I will add into my wreath. I may use ribbons and bows. Even though it's being transported, it's going down to Nikki, who absolutely loves ribbons and bows. So she's more than capable, if it gets squashed in transit, of fluffing it up when it gets to her end. So yeah, I'm more than happy to be doing that. You know, for such a good cause, and to donate to that centre. I will get all the details of the centre. I just can't remember it off the top of my head at the moment. I'll perhaps flash it up on screen there, the name of the centre. So yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic cause. So I'm really looking forward to creating that wreath and doing that collaboration. So I haven't got a date set for that yet, but we will have soon. We're just, you know, finalising the finer details sort of thing. So then we can move on to Poundland. You know, everybody says Poundland isn't Poundland anymore, but they've had to put the prices up just like everybody else, you know. No one is immune, are they, you know, from these price hikes, and you know, gas, electric, shops, food, you know, and even Poundland, you know. So yeah, so we went in and I've got glitter. I've got glitter. It's glitter season, guys, and pretty soon it'll be all over my face. I'll be sparkling to you when I'm speaking to you. And yeah, it's glitter season. I know a lot of you don't decorate obviously till December because that's, you know, but as a YouTuber, you know, we do bring our content to you earlier to give you some inspiration and ideas. And don't think that you have to rush out and buy stuff, because you really don't. There's loads of ways of, you know, even if you use the same decoration in a different place, for instance, the same decoration in a different way, for instance, you know, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to dash out and buy all new, because I'm only adding little bits to what I've already got. And it is a tree that I have done before, but I'm going back to it. There's a twist to it this year. I'm going back to that tree because we absolutely loved it. Last year, if you remember, I had red, gold and green. And yeah, we're going back to our original, well, it's not actually the original, because the original one of this family was all very animated. It had toy trains and things on it, you know, because it was when my kids were children. So yeah, and the other thing is as well, guys, you know, you can, if you wanted to transfer, I've seen this somewhere. It's not my idea. If you want to transform your baubles, I saw them doing it as well. Packet of balloons. They took a packet of balloons and they cut the top off, and they took the top off the bauble. They put the balloon over the bauble, and then put the bauble top back on, and they'd got a totally different coloured bauble. Not only that, you know, if you and your girlfriends or family members get together and you think, oh, well, I'm actually fed up of this one now, you know, this theme or whatever, just do a little swap. Just do a little swap. There's loads of different ways to cut the cost of Christmas, you know, or just actually do what you've always done, especially if it's a traditional one and that you always love. You know, don't ever feel any pressure by us YouTubers, but we just like to give you some inspiration. I certainly do. I'm not expecting you to get up out your seat and dash across you know, to the shops and get yourselves all these brand new things. You don't need them. You know, I've never felt pressured by YouTube, I must admit. So yeah, so having said that, you know, I was listening to somebody the other night and she said, you know, and I thought, yeah, it's right, because I said to Kim in I'll go back to that in a minute. I said to Kim in one of the shops the other, I said, you know, there was a time when I'd have gone crazy for this candy cane stuff. And they're bringing some amazing stuff out now. They really are. But I've done it. You know, I've done it for a number of years, and I'm not going crazy for it anymore. And I've already got the stuff. So you know, just because XYZ has got it doesn't mean to say that I need to get it. You know, and when I was listening to this she's a young woman who lives in America. She's a Brit, but I've got messages coming through left, right and centre, so please forgive me. She's a young British lady that has moved to America, and she was doing bits of shopping in the Dollar Tree and various different places, and she said I kept putting things back thinking, actually she said it was her brain that was reaching for the thing, because obviously she'd seen it on TikTok and YouTube and stuff, and it was literally, it wasn't her that was doing it, it was her brain that was reaching, and then she was looking at it and thinking, actually I don't even like this, put this back. And that is, I thought, what a great way to shop, because just make sure that, you know, And she's right, she is right. You know, if you watch so much of it, you do think, I must have that glass pumpkin, when really you don't bloody need it. You don't need it. You know, what are you going to do with it? It's going to sit on the side, gathering dust. You know, well, it would in my house anyway, because I'd just look at it and think, well, what a pointless purchase that was. So that's just, anyway, I'm just rattling on with myself. But it's true, you know, and it was that young lady in America. And I thought, yeah, you're right. It's your brain that automatically reaches for something. And you think, oh, yeah, you know, have you got a purpose for it? Have you really got a purpose for it? But anyway, let's pop along now and go into Poundland. So yeah, that was the end of B&M. So in Poundland, I didn't spend very much at all, because I didn't need very much at all. It was one of those, again, you know, I didn't need it. And I was questioning it. But, you know, I was telling you about my big square glass bowl type thing where I put all my quality streets in. And it's absolutely, I love the jewel tones amongst that glass. You know, it's almost as if it lights it up, sort of thing, you know. Well, I thought, because I've already planned where to put certain things, and then I thought I've no idea where to put that glass bowl this year. So I thought, well, will I downgrade? So I picked up this. It was £3, and it's just a lovely tray. It's got glitter on it. Sorry, it's not got glitter on it. It's just that there was things you'll see here. So yeah, £3 for that. And I think it's really nice. You know, even if it doesn't get the quality street in it, because my mind now is telling me that I need that glass bowl, so I will make it work somewhere. I can put nuts in there. I can put any kind of, even if we're doing a little buffet, which we often do on a Boxing Day, you know, I can put some cheese and bits and pieces, cheese and little cheese crackers in the tubs and stuff, you know, on the tray. So it can serve as any, either a serving dish or anything kind of, but just Christmas decorative. Is that right? And I picked up these 8 scented markers. So that was £3. And I think these were just £1. Scented markers, Create and Play. And therefore, to go with some other bits and pieces that I've got for some of my little people. I picked up this little house, and I keep thinking to myself, surely these were £1. I haven't got my receipt, but yeah, there was that little house. It lights up, but I'm not going to pull the tab out just yet. You know, guys, that I love my houses. I've got houses in this wreath here, there, and there. I've got a little owl. It's like, this is a little town, because there's trees, bottle brush trees and houses, and there's my owl looking down over the town. I've got some deer, and I've got some pine cones. Are they the pine cones? Yeah, I've got pine cones. I've got snowballs in it. There is something missing there. I'm going to remove that star this year and put something else there. But yeah, I love that wreath. I made that a number of years ago. I don't know that I've already told you that, but yeah, so I like my little houses, and I like my little bottle brush trees too. So I think that might have been £1. Might have been £1.25. I'm not sure. And I picked up these 2 bottle brush trees. These were £1 something. £1, £1.50, £1.25, something like that. Just 2 bottle brush trees. I'm not entirely sure. They're about 6 inches in height. So I've got a gold and I've got a silver. I do love those trees, I do. I used to hate them when I first saw them years ago. I thought, oh, but in actual fact, I absolutely love them. And I picked up this little fella, and I think he might have been £2, you know. I don't want to tell a lie, but I think he might have been. And if he was any cheaper, then that's a bonus, isn't it? But I think he's lovely. He's almost like a Nordic Santa, but he's got a silver hat. And I just like the way that he looks. So yeah, I've picked him up to go in one of my displays. Now the next thing that I picked up, and I bought 2 of them, they're £2 each. Now I've done videos on these before countless times. These are the Poundland Christmas trees. Now these Christmas trees are fabulous for £2. Whoopsie, they're absolutely brilliant. They really are. They're 2 foot tall, and you can open them out. You can have them as your Christmas tree. You know, for a I reckon for under a fiver, or maybe a fiver, you could get a little Christmas tree. You can get the Poundland lights. I've got some there in the windowsill. Poundland lights. You can get the little baubles that they sell in there, and you could have a little Christmas tree for about a fiver, fully decorated. These, however, I picked them up not to have as trees. I've never had the white ones. I've got plenty of the green ones. I've got them in my stash, but I haven't got I've never had the white ones, and I'm thinking this year that I might. You know the Hogarth line there that I showed you before, the tea light. This. Now that's stuck on something. Just give me one tick. This, the tea light holder. I could have this as because you can use them as turn the tree upside down. You can have it as a swag for your door or your wall. You can have it as just if you did a flower display in it, and you just had it a single-ended flower display, or get both of them together and put them end on end. And this is what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I'm going to take those ends off, and then I'm going to put them end on end. If you can see, I'm going to fluff them up. I will probably put them closer to, so that there's no gap in the centre. They're brilliant for this, guys. Honestly, they really are. And fluff it up. You've got your flat back, your flat bottom. Fluff all your branches to, you know, upwards. And then somehow I will get that, because I'm spraying that gold, remember. I will get that and put that in the centerpiece, and I'll bring that to you when I do it. But I think that is definitely why I've picked these up, is to, I'm not going to glue anything in there either, guys, because like next year I can dismantle it, and next year I can have it as something else if I want to. But I've never had the white ones because I've never seen them in there, to be honest. I think they've always sold out by the time I've got there. But I was lucky enough to pick 2 white ones up. Like I say, I've got loads of green ones. I do loads of crafts with them. And if you go on my playlist, you'll see Poundland Christmas Tree Hack. There's loads of uses for them. There really is. Not just a Christmas tree. But if you wanted it as a Christmas tree, you know, a little decoration, dead easy, for under £5, you can decorate that tree in Poundland. Even now with the price hike. So that concludes my little haul, guys. It really does, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being here. I always do, as you know, and it's always absolutely lovely to see you guys. I will be back on Thursday, if not before. Probably Thursday now, actually. Sorry about the noise. I'm just putting the trees back in the box. Yeah, I will be back on Thursday. I'm not sure what I'm coming back with, because I've got plenty to be getting at. I really have. And so yeah, not too sure. So let's just have it as a to be arranged sort of thing. Yeah, thank you for joining me today. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, please do so. It's free. I mean, if you don't know that, you won't know that. And I used to think for years and years when I was watching YouTube, you know, that you had to pay. But in actual fact, you know, when you go to like something, when you want to click like, and it says, oh, you need to be subscribed, and you're just like, oh, you know, yeah, I used to worry and then click off it really quickly, but it is free. So if you would love to subscribe, I would love to have you here. And it really would be great to have you join the channel. And like I say, we have got some, I'm going to slowly start moving into Christmas now, guys. You know, I did that last week, this little wreath here last week. That was a B&M dupe. I'd seen the same one or similar, not the same, because that's my version of it. In B&M's, and I've made that for less than £2.50. The other one was £6. There is something else that I saw in Asda that I think that I might do, actually a dupe, an Asda dupe. And I've got another dupe that's coming up too. So, you know, do stick around. It's been lovely to see you today, guys. And yeah, thank you for joining me. I will see you again on Thursday. Do take care. See you then. Bye.